There we go. Hi, David.
Hello.
Hey, hey,
Nothing like some
hey.
technical difficulties to get these webinars started.
It's not an official webinar if we don't have a little bit of tech issues.
Fantastic. I can also see that apparently I joined in some other window. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Do you hear like this turning, spinning sound to my audio?
No, no, not at all.
Okay, amazing. I got the Ninja slushie.
Oh, so jealous.
Yeah, and it's like right next to me and it's spinning my like mango pumpkin juice
Nice.
thing. So I just wanted to be sure.
It's incredible what they can come up with these days
I
between the
know.
slushy, the creamy, all these contraptions.
I know. I'm saying like they know their target audience really well because now the
Yeah.
millennials are the adults now, and it's things that we wish we had when we were children.
Mm.
So they definitely know what they're doing. Okay, we'll give another minute and then we'll start.
How are you liking this extra snow we got today?
I don't want to talk about it. Yesterday I went out because we work from home, so like I barely ever go out.
Right.
And like I felt the sun in my face and I'm like, oh my God, like, is this what freedom feels like? You know, the whole seasonal depression when the sun is out, it's gone. It felt amazing. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, okay.
To reality.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I know the
It's
feeling.
okay. At least we had like 2 days of sun. That was good. That felt really good.
You know what? It was a pretty good 2 days. Sun, warm, some of the snow melted, so like it's not as like these tall piles anymore. So I was happy
We
to see that at
I
least.
saw I saw 2 to 3 neighbors going out running in shorts, you know, like the
Mm.
whole Canadian thing. All right, so let's see. Okay, I think we could get started. So just to mention, the call is recorded and will be posted on our VT page. So, and you'll also get a follow-up email once the recording is ready. So anyone who comes in late, they'll be able to see the recording. I always like to start by thanking everyone for joining. My name is Astrid, and this is my colleague David, who will be helping out during the office hours. We always like to also mention how we love office hours because we don't always get a chance to speak to you, unless it's in office hours where we're doing a demo or follow-up call. So it's really nice to just demo new and existing features, make sure everyone is using them in the best way. And at the end, we also love getting your feedback and answering your questions in real time. So I'll explain how this webinar works for new joiners. So using Zoho Webinar, you have no access to mic or video, so please don't freak out. It's normal. But we do have our emojis for reactions, and we have our Q&A section on the left-hand side on top. We will reserve time for Q&A at the end of the office hours. We also have our polls. It's about 2 to 3 questions, and David will open up the polls. The reason why we do these polls is to help us with future topics, and it's a way for you to give us feedback about the office hours. All right, so the topic of today's office hours is our new and improved reports. You may have went into reports and freaked out. You may have, you may have went and you're like, oh my God, like this is exciting. But we did give a facelift to our reports section, a much needed one. And it can seem intimidating based on how our old reports look, but don't worry, we're here to cover it just to make sure everyone's on the same page. And just, if you feel like it's some overwhelming, don't worry, we're here to, make sure you understand how it works. So we want to also make sure that we make it easier for you when you're pulling data. So please don't be scared, don't be intimidated. We're going to go ahead and break it down for you today. So I'll be sharing my screen, and just please give me a thumbs up if you do see my screen. And I always forget how to use this, so okay, here we go. Screen share. Okay, so I should be sharing my screen now. Just let me know if you see it with a thumbs up. Awesome. Okay. So again, I'll be covering how the new reports work. Please feel free to use our Q&A section to ask your questions as we go so you don't forget your questions. And David as well will go ahead and open the polls so you can also take the time to respond to our polls throughout this call. Okay, so let me just go ahead. So we're already signed in. I'm just going to go to our reports section. So here we are. Okay, so of course we do have like our old reports where you can go to. Just, for those who are still not used to it, just an FYI, it won't always be here. It's just, to get you guys accustomed to the new ones. But we will be getting rid of this option soon. All right. So reporting, love it or hate it, it's important data most companies need to track for various reasons. Whatever that reason may be, it shouldn't be a challenge to retrieve it, right? So our old reporting was very straight to the point. You select which report you'd like, the period, the file format needed, and you can filter based on departments, locations, and if you're on the complete plan, on labels. It's still the same idea. As some may have liked the simplicity of our old reports, most were very limited as well, and I'll explain why. So when we make changes, please note that it's due to high demand. So the reason we've changed the layout for reports is due to feedback that we've received from you, our admins. And I just like to mention, every company is different, right? Which means your needs are different. So as you may know, when we choose to make an improvement or a feature change, anything, it's because you write to us, you give us some scenarios that you ran through, and we work as a team. Our product team gets together, and we adjust based on the scenarios and feedback that we receive. So the feedback we've received for our old reports is that it was too limited, and I'll explain why. Most admins wanted a way to tailor the reports to their needs because often when you're already on a busy schedule, you already have a lot of tasks, and after downloading the reports, our old reports, most admins would need to spend time on the downloaded reports and make adjustments. And that's the last thing we want to do is add on to your task, right? So important things. These improvements are available on both our plans. So on the core complete plan, the improvements are available for both. Only admins can pull reports right now. So it's still the same. And once you go into the reports, you see we have our main reports that you can request. So we have the leave request report, the leave balance report, the monthly leave balance report. I'll get into company audits logs after, and then we have our scheduled reports if you're on our complete plan. The main three are these right here. And once you go into reports, you have each box explains to you what that report does. And I'll go into the leave request report first. Okay, so let's go to the leave request report. So right when you go in, you're like, oh my goodness, what is all of this? But don't worry, okay, don't worry. So the first thing I want to mention is that if you like our old reports and you don't need most of these filters, please note that these are not, you're not obliged to put any of these filters. You can always come in here if ever you need to download it for a certain location, department. That's good, that's fine, and you just go and download. If you don't need to put any of these, if you don't need to tailor any of these, you can just go ahead and hit download, and it would be the same report as if it was our old reports. So here we have different filters, right? And I'll explain each one of them. Period. Of course, for the period, it's selecting the time period of which you want the report, right? So you have your calendar here. You can choose when you want the report to run from and to. the display. So some of you may prefer hours or days. So you have the option to choose hours or days and apply it. I like days, so I'll apply days. And then the date format. The date format, again, this is based on preference. You have two options based on where you're located. I believe you would prefer it another ways. I like it month, day, year, so I would go ahead and apply it this way. Locations. So if you like to filter the report based on a specific location, so you only want the data for one of your locations, this is where you would go ahead and select which location you like. And then the same thing for departments as well. You'd select for which department you'd like. I want it for everyone, so I'll leave that clear. And again, if you're on the complete plan, you may have like a specific project you're following, or you want a report based on a certain label, like your part-time, full-time, however you did your labels, you can go ahead and filter that as well. And my favorite part, users. This is one of our most common feedbacks. Okay, but like I don't want to download the report for everyone. I just want it for one user. So you can actually go here and select for which user you'd like to, instead of downloading it and then filtering and all of that. So it's already here for you. So you could go ahead and choose the user you'd like. If not, you just leave it. You don't select anything. And of course, for leave types, if you need the data for a certain leave type, you can also do that as well. Request type. So here is if you would like leave, so all your regular leave types that you have here. And the other one is toil. Toil is part of our complete plan. And what it is, it's time off in year. So if you allow users to, instead of compensating users, compensating them basically, you're giving them days off in addition. So they can request more days based on overtime that they've worked. So if you don't need it for your existing leave types, you can go ahead and choose toil. Again, this is part of our complete plan. If you need more, if you have any questions on that, just please let me know. And then here, status. You're able to filter based on the statuses that you need. Maybe you don't need canceled or denied or expired. So you can go ahead and filter based on these different statuses. And then user status. So if you don't want inactive or deleted users' data, you could just go ahead and go for active. So these users are not included in there because they're technically inactive, so they're not requesting leave. And then that's it, honestly. So again, these are all optional. It's really just to make it easier for you when you go ahead and download the report. The filters are already applied. So here, once I'm done, I can go ahead and download it, but that's not all, everyone. We have our edit columns here. Sometimes they're like, I don't need all of this. Like, why do I need all these columns? I don't need to see everything here. So what you can do is go to edit columns and choose what columns you actually want. So let's say I don't use employee ID, so that's a waste of space. So let me go ahead and unselect it. I don't need their emails, let me unselect it. I don't need to see the reason, unselect it. So again, you're tailoring this report to your needs, right? So this is fine for me. I'll leave it at that. And then I'll go ahead and click on download. I'll choose my format. We love using Mac here, so I'm going to go ahead and download CSV. It takes a few seconds and you're ready to download it. So let me open that up. And bring it to my screen here. If I can figure out how. Sorry, guys, let me.
I have to share a different screen. It might be locked to just one.
Oh no. Okay. Sorry, guys, let me go ahead and handle that. And just to show you how it looks like, I think it's important. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and share again. Here we are. So this is my CSV format that I've downloaded. And again, as you can see, this is all the filters that I did apply are here. And no column that I did not select is here. So it's already filtered for you, right? So everything's here. So I'll close out of this one. I see my Spider-Man background.
Love this movie, by the way.
It's my favorite. Let me hold on and let me reshare that for you. So that's it for the leave request report. So sorry, I didn't even, just to let you know, the difference between the leave request report and the others, it's the history of all leave requests, right? So users sending the leave request for a specific period of time. The leave balance report, some things do change with the filters you're able to apply. And the main thing that does change is that well, you have the period, because with the leave balance report, you're wanting to know what everyone's balance is remaining. And we like to summarize it for the current year or the previous year, so you have a more accurate leave balance for your users, but you can also do custom days as well, and the period will show. If you do current year or previous year, notice that you'll notice that you don't have the option to choose the date format because there are no dates, right? It's just the balance of their quota that will show, so it will disappear. You can still display in hours or days and etc. So that would be the only change if you go ahead, if you're doing like the custom current year or previous year. So let's see here. Again, it's the same concept, guys. So if I want to, for example, let's go with Diane. Is Diane here? Diane Ross. We'll get there. Diane Ross. Hi. So I want the information for Diane only. Of course, she's active. And if I go ahead and download this, just showing you. Next time I promise I'll be better and figure a way to not have to share my screen. I'll do better, guys. Okay.
You're doing great. Don't worry about it.
There we go. There. Okay, so I have the information I need on Diane here because I already filtered it by user. Like, look at this. Diane is not taking her vacation, guys. Like, so it's easy to track. You can see that how many days she brought forward, the yearly quota up to date, and all of the good stuff. Everything's already here. You filtered it by Diane, so you don't have to spend more time editing a file that you've already downloaded. So this is all good, and we're back. I invite you, if you have any questions, to please start sharing your questions, and I'll go into the monthly leave balance report, which is basically you're able to pull the monthly leave that occur. And again, because it's already monthly, there's no date format that you can choose from. It gives you it already gives you the data in real time based on the month. Okay. Again, the same principle. So I'll go back to reports. And within our reports tab, I just want to let you know that you have the company audit logs. And what this is basically is the history of all changes made within vacation tracker. So all changes made by an admin, you're able to go here and view all the different things that have been changed in the system. So you're able to filter with the different types. So it could be a change in your leave policy, changes in your location. So if you want to know who made the change, when it was made, you're able to come here, select, which change you're trying to look for, and you can select a specific date range as well, and it will let you know who made the change, when, and what that change was. So this is specific to only admins. And going into the scheduled reports, right? So this is where you're able to schedule different reports. This is on the complete plan only. And I'll just show you how to do this. It's the same function as our old reports. So if you want to create a new report, you just click on new report. You give it a name, and you select which report type you need based on the three main reports. Right now, we're only limited to the last month, and you can filter if needed. If you don't need to filter, just leave it blank, and it will give you the information for all locations, departments as well. Select your time zone. I'm Eastern time. And when you want it to be sent. I'd like for it to be sent on the 30th of each month. 10 a.m. is fine for me. And I'll go ahead and let's see here, use this email address to send it to. You can add multiple email addresses if needed. So this is a summary of what I've just done. And I'll go ahead and schedule the report. And here, you can also send it now if you need it immediately. And here, if I give it a few seconds, it will send me the report via email. There we go. And this is how it looks like. So my report is ready, and I can go ahead and download it. And it gives me the report. Okay. So this is very helpful. Instead of going, if you do this every month anyways, you can go ahead and already schedule it, and everything's already good to go. You receive it in your mailbox, and you're able to download it afterwards. Okay. Perfect. So I'll go back to reports. Gosh, this was really quick. I feel like, I don't know, it's that easy, right, David?
Just an expert, Astrid, and all reporting.
It's that easy. We're what, 20 minutes into this, and we're already done with presenting the report. So thank you for taking the time to listen to us today. Like, I like to also mention that David, our dear David here, is amazing. He makes very informative videos, and he actually made a detailed tutorial on reports. And we do have the link. I can definitely share with you through chats where David can share. Sure. We also have our updated articles. So we did update our help desk articles with the changes that we've made. And we make sure to go ahead and, let me go ahead and show you how it looks like. We make sure to also give you a very detailed explanation of what each filter means as well, and go step by step into how to pull these reports. Perfect. All right. So just now that we've gone into our what I'm done with with demoing the new reports, we like to go into our Q&A section. First, I like to remind you of the poll that we have open. So how it will work is that David will be reading out the questions and I'll try my best to answer. If ever I don't have the answer, I'll just go ahead and send you an email. I'll let you know that I'll send you an email by the end of the day and then get back to you. So let's go ahead and get into these questions. My favorite part.
Okay. So we'll start with the first one, which is more, I think, a technical bug. And I apologize in advance if I mispronounce your name, but Sharam is saying when they try to use a custom date that is more than a year old, for example, November 23 to November 24, the leave balance report is not functioning properly. So Sharam, in this case, I would suggest maybe reaching out to hello@vacationtracker.com to see maybe it's just a technical issue or small bug. I don't know if necessarily this is something that's widespread, but for sure they can help you resolve that and they'll schedule a call if need be.
Yes, just to add on to that, it is actually a bug. We're aware of it and we're working on it to get it.
There you go.
Yes, we're already working on it so we can get that fixed for previous years as well.
So there you go. You're not alone in this endeavor, and hopefully it'll be resolved soon.
Yeah.
Next question coming in from Carol. Why do these scheduled reports only include monthly reports and not year to date, in brackets, not customized?
Yeah, very good question. It's something that we've actually received feedback on. This was the default settings for our scheduled reports when it was created, but we've received several feedback based on this, and it's something that we do plan to improve.
Awesome. Well, right now there's not many, actually not any other questions. We'll leave it open to give people time to maybe type something out as they're thinking.
Yeah, definitely.
This is your time. I guess I would say if any burning questions, now's the chance, especially when it comes to reporting. Astrid has graciously donated her time to walk us through it. So take advantage.
I like to think that it was so easy to understand and the demo was so great that everyone's like, oh my God, it was that easy. Why was I, so give you guys the time.
Okay, here we go. Another question came in. I also would like to be able to send a report on Monday to payroll for the time off in the prior week. When will that be available? So just looking at the past week as opposed to maybe the past month or past year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to take a note of that just so I can share. So we would you, just asking here, would you prefer like a customized date format where you're the one who enters what period you'd like, or is just a preset of previous year, current year, last week? Is it better to have presets? What do you guys think?
Waiting to see, but I think in this specific scenario, it's probably just like the drop down. I know I've seen before like past month, so probably just be easier. I imagine in this case it was for payroll purposes, so I can imagine you're processing that every week would be a lot easier.
Awesome. All right, and just a reminder, David did share the video. Okay, so I see just in FYI, it would be sent to payroll to compare the timesheets. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'll just reshare this link again.
So not completely related to reporting, but we have a question from Christine asking if we're working on being able to print out or creating a printable version of the wall chart, which would be useful to send for their staff.
I don't believe this is currently on our roadmap, but I know that this is a common question that we have been receiving, so I'll definitely share that with our product team. And is it just so it's to to have a print button, I guess, a download button or a print button?
Yeah, like you can always do Command P, right, with or Control P if you're on a Windows. But I would imagine the formatting wouldn't look great. It would probably chop off, especially
exactly
for employees. So maybe just a formatting version where you can easily print.
Yeah, because the scroll, they would have to scroll down and keep printing.
Yeah.
So I definitely get that.
Okay. Actually, I think you just did a fantastic job. I'm monitoring the Q&A here, but not much else has come through.
So I do have a question. Would it also be useful to be able to have like a print or download version of the users tab as well while we're at it?
So this would be for you, Christine, who asked that question, I believe. I don't see why not. Like, I also imagine if the dev team's gonna take the time to format the wall chart, could kind of like toss that in. I don't know much about programming, so this is maybe just me talking out of thin air, but I would assume it's not too hard to kind of bundle those together.
Awesome. Yeah, because it's something also that we've had received feedback on, printing the users tab. Okay, awesome. All right, we'll give another minute or two just in case anyone has another question. But again, I just really want to thank everyone for joining. We love when you join. It's nice to demo these new improvements to you and get your feedback. So I also want to mention that our product manager loves doing these office hours and getting your feedback as well. So please feel free to let us know. If anything does come up after we end the call, you can go ahead and send us an email to our hello@vacationtracker.io email, and we'll be glad to receive it.
Okay, we have a few more sneaking in here before. Is there a way I can customize it to have half days? I'm assuming this for the reporting section.
Oh, good question. I think it already does. Let's go back to the request. So here you have, is it a full day or not? And if it's not, then you have the start time and the end hours. But are you just saying that you just want it to be half day and you don't want to know the start hour minute? Just let me know. But yes, you have the option here. So it's no, and then it gives you the time that the person has been gone for or has requested.
Just the half day, yeah. So essentially just being able to see that. Another question coming in, is there a way to extend the number of days a time off request is active? So not related to reporting, but I feel like I've heard this question before.
Yeah, so I believe it's the expiry on a time request. It's something that we've received feedback on, and it is on our roadmap. We're actually working on this, and it should be released within the next few weeks. So you'll be able to actually just turn off the option for it to expire. So that is coming soon.
Okay, wow. I didn't realize it was coming so soon down the pipeline.
Yes, we're excited about that because that was a common feedback that we received for sure.
Oh, got a hooray.
Great. Great.
We listen. We're not just saying that. We do listen.
Yes, we listen. We do. It really depends on the complexity. I know sometimes we're like, but I want this. It seems so simple, but the coding that goes into it, the time we're listening, it's just the time, the programming that goes into it. So we definitely note your feedback, and we're always listening. Always, just be rest assured we're listening to you guys.
One of the bigger eye-opening things I learned is that, like, even though it seems simple, like the way it can affect other features or other sections of the product makes it much more complicated. Like you would think on paper it's so simple, but it's like, oh wait, no, hold on, I have to readjust everything else. So I agree.
Exactly. And one exciting thing that's coming up is our mobile app. We will be having a mobile app. So if you're like email only or you're on Google, because we're already integrated with Microsoft and Slack, but we will have a mobile app for Vacation Tracker that we're working on and we're excited for.
Nice. Let's do one last question and then maybe we'll call it a session. We'll give everyone back their time. This person wanted to know, in the reports, it shows the number of days up to 4 decimal points. Is there a way to show just 1 decimal point?
Honestly, I'm not sure, but I can definitely get back to you. This is Saif. Yes, I can get back to you. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. in advance. I'm sorry. So I can definitely get back to you and let you know. And for safety reasons, I do have your email, so don't worry. Just please expect an answer by we're Thursday. Okay, I was going to. I thought we were Friday for some reason. By tomorrow. By tomorrow afternoon, you should get an answer.
Awesome. I think it's a
All right.
great point to leave it at.
Yeah. Awesome. Again, thank you guys so much for joining. This was a very pleasant office hours. I feel like, we did great. If you have any feedback for us, again, please don't hesitate to reach out to our hello at email. If any questions may come up as well, please don't hesitate to reach out. David, thank you so much for your help and for joining us. All right, guys, have a great one.
Take care.